Good morning, you guys. I am Dr. Lorraine, and I really want to highlight the signs of a cult. I want to highlight this because I myself almost was heavily involved in a cult. And when I say almost, it took me about 4 or 5 months to realize wait a minute, this is not what God has intended me to do or be a part of, you guys. And the reason why I got caught up in this, you guys, they almost got your girl. And I'm embarrassed about it because I was at a vulnerable place in my life, you guys. I just lost my dad. And the thing about death is that when we are in front of it, right, and we see someone that we know pass away, it makes us want to, well, most of us want to get right with God, right? You know, I've always been a Christian, but I was like, I want to make sure that my walk with God is strengthened, right? I want to make sure that I'm in my word. I want to make sure that I'm a part of a group of people that love God. And that's what invited me in. So initially, it seemed like the group of people had a love for God. And that's what attracted me to this group of people, you guys. But quickly, that changed for me. So the first telltale sign of a cult is they like to take up your time, you guys. For me, I have a career, I have children, I have a husband. And sometimes the Bible studies would be 5 to 6 hours, you guys, every week. Saturday, sometimes they will have a Zoom that would be 3 to 4 hours. Aside from working, aside from children, aside from husband, and my husband would be like, wait a minute, you spend a lot of time with this group. That kind of raise an eyebrow. There are other members in the group that would spend way more time than I would. I mean, they would have to wake up 12 a.m., 6 a.m., Bible studies after Bible studies after Bible studies, you guys. That is unhealthy. That is unhealthy amount of time, you guys. But they say it's in the name of God. God does not intend He does not intend for us to do it that way, you guys. It was an unhealthy amount of time on a weekly upon weekly basis, you guys. Unless you're fasting, that's not a healthy amount of time to do every day, you guys. Every day. So they take up your time they'll take up your time because you're vulnerable, you guys. So a lot of times people come into the cult because they're vulnerable state, like they may have been in a part of a divorce, right? They may have been going through a divorce. They may have lost somebody that was close to them. They may have lost a job, you guys, and then they want to feel loved, right? And in the beginning, in a cult, that's just what they do. They love bomb you, you guys. You get love bombed. They have a lot of characteristics like a narcissist. The leadership has a lot of characteristics like a narcissist, and I say this because you get love bombed, and then the manipulation and controls comes in quickly. All right. So they make you feel special. We form our identity around this group because you need it at the time. Then the manipulation and control comes in. So first, take up a lot of your time. Love bomb, manipulation, and control. The number 3 is the level of mentorship is invasive, you guys. Invasive. They kind of get in there subtly in the beginning, wanting to know things about your partner, your children, just subtle. And it's normal to talk about, family things, but in the manner and the invasiveness, it's just no boundaries. No boundaries, you guys. No boundaries. Unhealthy. Number 4, criticizing them does not end well, right? In these type of groups, there's no democracy. You're not allowed to tell them give them your input. One person has the know-it-all, and you just follow. One person has know-it-all, and you just follow. That's not of God. That's not of God. And also, I want to add, you guys, that's not even in my notes. They take the word and manipulate the word in order to fit what they believe to be true, to fit their narrative, right? And it contradicts one thing about God in the Bible. God never contradicts himself, y'all. He does not contradict himself. And if you see someone using the Bible and it's contradictory and you question that becomes a problem. They try to silence you because they want you to follow. Another sign is they disregard your feelings. They disregard your feelings, you guys. You might be going through something, and after a while, in the beginning, they seem supportive, but they just disregard it, especially if it doesn't benefit them. They start to brainwashing you to the point to where you are disconnected from things that you love, your hobbies. You don't even want to work out no more, but especially because they're taking up your time to the point where it's just the Bible study cult. And I just want to say this as a disclaimer. Some Bible studies are healthy Bible studies. I've been to Bible studies. I go to Bible studies every week. Hour and a half, maybe 2. But when it goes into 5 or 6 hours, y'all, weekly, that's almost a work day. Unhealthy. And these people were doing this daily. Unhealthy, you guys. Unhealthy. You people in the cult begin to cultivate themselves is another sign around the identity of their mentor. They no longer are themselves, you guys. You start to see them just kind of disconnect. They have a glaze in their eyes, you guys. They become unhealthy. That's another telltale sign. They're not really taking care of themselves because all of their time and effort is in the group, in the cult. In the name of God. This is not what God intended, you guys. Not what he intended. And I'm going to give a full story time about how everything came out. I'm going to do that one day. But they talk poorly about the people that have left the group. They talk poorly about the people that have left the group. For instance, my ex-mentor said, oh, she disrespected me and so, and her marriage didn't end well. What? That sounds like witchcraft to me. What do you mean her marriage didn't end well? Her marriage didn't end well. So, because sometimes God will end something because they disrespected someone. That made no sense to me. Not only was she being manipulative in that situation, she tried to instill fear in us at that table when she was saying that. And that's another telltale sign of a cult. They try to instill fear in you so you're afraid to leave. And they do that subtly. And a lot of members are afraid to leave because they believe that their connection to God is through them. Let me tell you something. Your connection to God, you guys, and that's what I learned this year, has nothing to do with people. You can have a direct connection to God. It helps to have a group of like-minded people around you to navigate you, to pray with you, you guys. That's so important. But you can have a direct connection to God. You don't need someone to facilitate that connection with you, for you. You can have them facilitate it with you, but you don't need someone to facilitate that connection for you. That's a cult. And they make you believe that. All right, you guys, so these are the telltale signs of a cult, and I will do a part 2. Have a blessed day.